The iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus. Are they big enough upgrades to seriously consider? The first thing you'll notice about the new iPhone 8 and 8 Plus is that all new glass back. For those of you willing to spend on an upgrade purely for aesthetics, the new glass material and slightly tweaked colors look and feel decidedly more high-end than the iPhone 7 lineup. And the glass isn't just Gorilla Glass 5. No, Apple worked with Corning to formulate its own better than Gorilla Glass 5 material. The same glass used on the flagship iPhone 10. True, the glass isn't a massive change for the overall design of the device, but for most it will certainly feel like an upgrade over last year's model, with perhaps big fans of the jet black iPhone 7 being the exception. And the glass back isn't just for show, it actually helps to enable a long-awaited feature for the iPhone, that being wireless charging. We tested the feature with Mophie's wireless charging base, but in theory it should work with almost any charger that supports the Qi standard. It also means that if your car or office space has chargers already, you'll be able to easily charge your iPhone 8 and 8 Plus there. Just keep in mind that if you use CarPlay and your vehicle doesn't support wireless CarPlay, you'll still need to connect a lightning cable to your iPhone. Both the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus sport Apple's True Tone display technology, a feature that has previously been an iPad Pro exclusive. Now, True Tone tweaks the color temperature of the screen based on the light around you. It results in a much more eye-pleasing experience on the iPad Pro, and it's a welcome addition to the iPhone 8. Now take a look at the iPhone 7 display on the left and compare it to the iPhone 8 display with True Tone enabled on the right. It's a subtle but noticeable step up in display quality. This year's Plus iPhone model receives an upgrade to Portrait Mode, the standout camera feature on last year's model. Portrait lighting, as it's called, allows you to apply settings that simulate professional photography lighting. The feature lets you select from 4 portrait lighting modes, including Studio Light, Contour Light, Stage Light, and Stage Light Mono. We found the feature to work quite well, although it seemed particularly well suited for human faces, whereas the main portrait mode does a pretty good job of shooting inanimate objects as well. Along with portrait lighting, there's some exciting news for videographers as well. There's support for 1080p slow-mo videos at 240 frames per second, and you can see a brief example of that right here, but the bottom line is that this results in super smooth, super sharp slow motion footage. But the biggest news here is 60 frames per second 4K video capture. Even most consumer high-end cameras don't support 4K video at such a high frame rate. It's truly amazing to see how far the iPhone has come when it comes to video capture. Another huge part of the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus experience is augmented reality. Now, Apple says it has specifically calibrated the cameras for AR on the new iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus. And that includes new sensors in the gyroscope and accelerometer, and some help from the new A11 Bionic chip for a better overall AR experience. Here's a look at an early beta of the IKEA Place app, which performed well on both devices. Of course, we'll have much more on the AR experience with the iPhone 8 in a follow-up video. You could already do some really impressive things with older hardware thanks to Apple's AR kit, but with the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, Apple notes that the specifically calibrated cameras should make the AR experience even better. Of course, the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus weren't the only new iPhone models introduced. It's impossible to talk about the new iPhones without mentioning the fact that Apple launched a third flagship model that is radically different from the 8 and 8 Plus. It's called iPhone 10, as Apple marks the 10th anniversary of the original iPhone. The $1,000 iPhone 10 comes with a 5.8-inch OLED display in a tighter package than the iPhone 8 Plus because the device has no home button and it's almost all screen. It also adds a new front-facing true depth camera system that enables Face ID authentication, which replaces Touch ID, along with other advanced front-facing camera features that you won't find on the less expensive iPhone 8 or the 8 Plus. That said, the iPhone 8 is by no means a slouch of an update. For instance, the camera's photo and video abilities have been significantly upgraded, the long-awaited addition of wireless charging is genuinely useful, and the speed of the processor, touched on in our written review, continues Apple's unrivaled dominance in mobile processor design. While the all-screen iPhone 10 is deservedly the talk of the town, the all-glass iPhone 8 with its $700 entry price should not be overlooked.